Be honest, would you still be with me if I was a worm?
A worm?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're lying.
Would you be with me if I was a worm?
If?
No.
No, you don't even know yet.
I know if.
If
Sounds
I
like
was
it's
a
gonna cost
worm,
me
if
money.
I was a worm, would you still love me?
If you were a worm? No.
Why?
Why would I love a worm?
Because it would be me.
How would I know it's you?
I would say, hi, it's me. I would say, it's Tara.
What is wrong with you?
I just want to know.
No!
Are you kidding me? Honestly, if I was a worm,
I guess I would put you in a jar and see what you turned into. Fuck. What is wrong with you? Is this like a test or something?
yes.
Hey, babe.
Mm-hmm.
Would you still love me if I was a worm?
No.
Are you serious? You wouldn't love me if I was like a worm like this, or?
Nope.
What would you do with me?
I would use you for fishing bait.
Oh my god! Earthworm.
I mean, I'll keep you.
But what would you do with me?
Take care of you.
How?
Give you dirt.
Give me dirt. Would you take me outside, hang out with me?
No, I bring you inside and bring dirt inside.
Would I still be your girlfriend?
Probably not.
What do you mean, probably not?
Hey, Mom. I'm gonna marry this worm.
Okay, a fair point. Would you still date me if I was a worm?
A worm?
A worm.
No.
Why?
Why would I date a worm?
I don't know, because it's me.
And?
So
It's literally a worm.
you wouldn't date me?
Would you still date me if I was a worm?
A worm?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you do with me?
I don't know.
You'd still date me?
I don't know. You're a worm.
You wouldn't want to date me?
Of course I would.
You just said you don't know.
No, but I don't know what I would do with you.
Would you still marry me?
I'd probably keep you in a box. A nice box.
Babe. Babe. What'd you do if I was a worm?
Probably throw you away.
Why?
Because you're a fucking worm.
Throw me away where?
In the dirt.
In the dirt?
Yes.
What am I gonna do there? Without you?
Squirm? I don't know.
Would you still like me if I was a worm?
A what?
A worm.
A worm?
Yeah, like if I turned into one.
No.
What?
I said no.
Why?
Because you're a worm.
You wouldn't take care of me?
No.
Then what would you do?
I'd flick you out into the lawn where you belong.
Are you kidding?
What? Yeah.
That's so mean.
Why? You belong out there. It's your ecosystem. You need dirt to live in.
So, but what, you wouldn't want to hang out with me?
I don't think so.
What?
I'm confused. What is happening?
This is the worst.
Hey, Jesse.
Hmm?
Would you still love me even if I turned into a worm?
Hell yeah.
Turn into a what?
What do you mean a what?
What?
A worm!
Oh,
Would you still be my friend if I turned into a worm?
no.
Fuck you!
I'm sorry.
Mom, would you still love me if I was a worm? No. I don't like worms.
Why would you be a worm?
You
You
didn't
eat
even-
anything, but you picked a worm?
You didn't even think
I
about
don't
it.
like worms. They're gross.
So,
And I'm gonna say no because you tried to record me while I'm looking like shit.
so I turned into your own daughter turned into a worm.
Mm-hmm.
What would you do
Put
with
you in the
me?
yard and tell you to do what worms do.
You would just leave me out there for the dogs to eat me.
No, they don't like worms either. And because outside is where you belong and you would know what to do. Survival skills. I have faith.
My own mother. Hey, babe.
Yeah?
Would you still date me if I was a worm?
A worm?
A worm.
Yeah?
Like, actually. If I was a worm, would you date me?
Yes.
Ew. That's gross.
It's still you.
Babe, I have a question. Would you still date me if I was a worm?
A what?
A worm?
A worm. Only if I could be a worm too. We could squiggle around together and shit.
What kind of worm?
I don't know. Why?
What if I was an Alaskan bullworm?
Ain't that the shit from SpongeBob?
Yeah.
I guess I'd be Sandy then.
Oh, my baby.
Or you could be Sandy and you could ride the Alaskan bullworm instead.
Oh my god.
Would you still love me if I was a worm?
Yes.
Bullshit.
No doubt about it. You're the best worm in the world, Jack.
If I was a worm, would you still be with me?
Fuck no.
Why?
You're a worm.
So you still wouldn't be with me knowing that I turned into a worm? So if I physically, right in front of you, turned into a worm, you wouldn't be with me?
Mom, would you still love me if I was a worm? Yeah. You don't give much value to worms? So you wouldn't love me anymore if I was a worm?
I would give birth to a worm.
You wouldn't date me if I was a worm?
I don't know. How could I date someone that's a worm? You'd be a little worm, and I'd be a big human.
You could still date me. Like, if you turned into a worm, I'd carry you around in a jar and be like, this is my boyfriend. So you're saying you just aren't committed enough to carry me around in a jar if I turn into a worm?
Peyton, that's not how that works. A bird would probably come get you too. You couldn't.
So you're not even going to protect me good enough to keep me from getting eaten by birds?
How am I gonna do that?
But you won't even give me kisses.
I'm not giving a worm kisses now.
It's not a worm, it's me.
But you're a worm in form.
Hey, would you still be my friend if I was a worm?
What?
If I was a worm, would you still be my friend?
Like a little worm?
Yeah.
Have a little worm, buddy.
That's so cute.
You like kissing eyeballs.
Would you still date me if I was a worm?
Heck yeah.
What would you do?
Go fishing.
Mom.
3 to 5 inches.
Hey, Mom.
What?
What would you do if I turned into a worm?
Answer it honestly.
If I was a worm, would I
No,
still be your
let her
daughter?
answer first. Are you videoing me?
No. Yes, I just want your reaction. What would you do if I turned into a worm?
You would still be my daughter.
What would you do with me?
I would make you a worm farm.
That's so nice.
And you let you live in the house. And I would feed you vegetables.
Thank you. Yeah. What'd you say?
I would put you on a hook and throw you in the lake.
Yeah.
Fish.
That's me.
I would make you a worm farm. I'm the vegetarian.
Would you still be my sister if I was a worm?
Sure. Wait. Actually, I would be related to you no matter what, but I would choose not to be your sister.
Babe, can I ask you something?
Yeah, but
If I were a worm, would you still date me?
No, Rachel, I wouldn't.
Why?
Because you're a fucking worm. You're
Serious question to ask you.
okay.
If I was a worm,
Yeah.
would you still date me?
A worm?
A worm.
What are you talking about?
Like if I was a worm.
Like a like the insect, like a worm.
A worm.
How the fuck would I date a worm? The fuck are you talking about?
Would you date me if I was a worm?
No.
Why not?
You're a worm.
Are you sure?
I'm 100% sure.
Dave, I have a question.
What?
Would you still date me if I was a worm?
I guess so.
Wait, I have a question.
What?
If I was to turn into a worm, would you still date me?
How would you turn? No, because you're a worm. And worms have like a lifespan of a fucking nut. Like they have. You know that?
You wouldn't date me?
You would die in like 2 days.
What? You wouldn't date me.
That'd be pretty weird. Kissing worms and shit. Like,